to lead to some instability in the back end of these cars as they get into braking. So they can be a little bit of a handful. We've seen a couple cars go around. Sometimes when they're leading the race, they go around, and that can lead to some issues. So the field rolls off here on the front chute. Again, 22 cars set to do battle for a 20-minute timed race. So originally slated as 40 minutes. It's been cut back in time just a little bit for the modified legends here at the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières. And the field going through, trying to get some heat in the tires and find their spots where they're going to start. So the pole sitter will be the 73. That is Yannick Thibault. And they did not give me an updated driver lineup, so I'm at the mercy of our camera shot to see who is just in behind. Looks like it is the 84 who will follow in behind of Alexandre Gauthier. And then it's Maxime Pelletier in the 66X, Benoit Landry in the 40, Jesse Lambert, Alexander Janot. He's the driver who won race number 1 earlier this weekend. Frederic Ladisser is in the 52, then Maxime Prudhomme, Eric Boisclair in the 32, Felix Antoine Como in the 62. Sonny Roy will start shotgun on the field. Frederic Robitaille will start in the 12th position. Gabriel Janot, Maxime Tardif, Alexander Pichet, and Hugo Paquette, Johnny Lambert, Dominic Thibault, Peter Robitaille, and Jacques Villeneuve. The uncle Jacques Villeneuve will start in the 66X. And that's him just coming into the frame right now. You can see the old school balaclava with the 2 eye holes in the helmet as the field comes across the front straightaway, and we see the green flag. We're underway here in the Modified Legends. Final race of the weekend for the 52nd running of the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières, and we have a problem already. That is the 66X of Maxime Pelletier. The 03 Peter Robitaille also involved, but a thump to the driver's door. No caution yet. I believe that was Robitaille. Frederic Robitaille, he's going to need a push. Pelletier is saying it looks like Robitaille is also going to need a push. So whether or not these cars have onboard starters, they don't appear to work once they do get spun around, which is unfortunate because that will lead to a full course caution. Time will still run though. Ticks on. And yep, there it is. So full course caution for that incident in turn number 1 involving Maxime Pelletier and the 22 of Frederic Robitaille. The 03 of Peter Robitaille did spin to avoid, but managed to get going on his own. Now they're going to try and give it an old-fashioned push start by hand. Pelletier dropped the clutch a little bit early. There it is, fellas. Well done, cleanup crew. In turn number 1, they got that car pushed off. So the full course caution did have to come out just so the corner workers could get out there and give that push. But we didn't need a push vehicle to get Pelletier off and running. So all vehicles involved in that incident in turn number 1 able to refire and will rejoin the tail of the pack. So we didn't see whether or not that was a result of contact going into turn number 1, but you can see the tire marks, and you heard it as the field went down into turn number 1 for the first time. There's a good look at Uncle Jacques Villeneuve. Still out having some fun. He has had an interesting weekend, though, in qualifying only. When he pushes to try and get the most out of that car, it seems that's when things have gone badly for the driver of the 66X, or 66, I should say. Villeneuve currently marked in the 17th position. But on Friday during qualifying, he touched the wall with the right front corner. And this morning in qualifying, he spun around and caught the concrete wall on the exit of turn number 8 in the runoff area with the back bumper. So it just sort of thumped the back bumper. The team pulled it out straight. Jacques Villeneuve able to continue on and join the tail of the pack here for this race. And there is the 22, who has caught up to the back of the pack. Frederic Robitaille, Maxime Pelletier will be the last one to do so. And it looks like we're getting set to go back to green, so the field will double up in through turn number 7. And the pace car should peel off this time by. Pelletier will be on its horse, trying to catch up if he doesn't have any issues. So he'll be going full song by the time the field reaches the start-finish line. And again, the clock continues to tick down. Caution laps really eat into the allotted time for the modified Legends cars. 16 minutes left to go here as we get set to go back to green. Field lines up nicely through turn number 11, and now the green flag waves once again. We're back underway as they head down to turn number 1. Will it be clean this time? So far, so good. A little bit of minor contact, but nothing to write home about as Jesse Lambert in the 64 wheels around the outside of turn number 1. And holds on to top spot over the 73 of Yannick Thibault. Actually, Thibault has now been passed by the 84 of Alexandre Gauthier as the rest of the field comes through. A little bit of a draft picking up down this straightaway. Watch what happens in the hard braking for these cars. That bump really upsets things. Look at the 84 dance around under hard braking as Gauthier tries to put a move on the 64 of Jesse Lambert. Thibault in the 73, just in behind, in third spot. The rest of the field comes through, and there goes the 84. Gauthier, new race leader, off at turn number 8. 9's a good opportunity to come back, and Lambert says, thank you very much, I will do exactly that. Lambert lost the spot, he gained it back in one corner. Landry off the pace in turn number 9. Saw a couple cars locking up tires. Thibault is still holding down third spot. Frederic Ladisser in the 52, though, giving chase. And this dice at the front is a good one. Lambert back to second as Gauthier turns the fastest lap of the race so far in the 84. And Gauthier has had another one of those drivers who has had an eventful weekend, as there is the 66 QC, I think that's Maxime Tardif, not Jacques Villeneuve Sr. As there's 3 different 66. And there you see how difficult it is under braking. The 84 just merely put on the brakes. Alexandre Gauthier was your race leader. He stuffed himself into the wall down the backstretch in turn number 6. That's how unstable these cars are under braking. Jesse Lambert now all by himself out in front. Yannick Thibault is your new second place runner. He still has pressure from Frederic Ladisser in the 52. Have another look at what happened. Under the brakes, in the bumps, and the back end starts to move. You can see the front end is so far sucked down to the ground that it just makes the back end so light and uncontrollable for the driver of the 84. Gauthier is still hanging on to fourth spot, though. Lambert, your leader over Thibault in the 73. Ladisser, Gauthier, Prudhomme, Alexander Janot. Remember, he won the race number 1 yesterday here in the Modified Legends. Danny Chisholm in the 87 was supposed to start. He did not turn a competitive lap. So it must have been problems for the 87. He pulled off down pit lane. I saw him lined up towards the back, but did not take the green. Everybody makes it cleanly through turn 6 that time. Thibault looking to the outside, turn 7. That's not a bad move because it'll line you up for the inside of turn 8, but couldn't put it together. He has closed the gap, though, on the race leader, Jesse Lambert. He's bringing along the 52 of Frederick Lambert, or Frederick Ladisser, I should say. But this is going to be a 3-plate party in short order. Possibly a 4-plate party as the 59 of Maxime Prudhomme just in behind. A hazing of the tire there for the 73 of Yannick Thibault. Still is Jesse Lambert, and again hard on the brakes for the 73. Thibault holding off a challenge from the 59. He just has that one left side mirror to see who's behind him, and look, the 52, the blue 52, is filling it. And it looks like the 84 of Gauthier is off the pace after hitting the wall, so something has broken now. He's not stopped on track, so we stay under green. Janot has managed to get around the 59 of Prudhomme, so Janot has joined this 3-car dice at the front of the field, making it a 4-car battle in the 69. So actually taking a look at the lap times, he's coming, and he does make it around the 52 into turn number 8, or does he? Yes, he'll have that position in turn number 9. The 52 of Ladisser drops back into 4th position. Janot just laid down the fastest time of this race, a 1:19.3 compared to the 1:19.9 now from Jesse Lambert. And a 1:19.9 for Yannick Thibault as well. So Janot will have a tougher time with the 2 cars just ahead as they're turning comparable lap times to what he's able to lay down, but it is still a 4-car dice, and just these 4 cars as they stretch out a gap on the rest of the field. 10 minutes to go now in this 20-minute timed race. Look at us, they navigate that hump in the apex of turn number 6. So difficult in these cars as the soft suspension generally eats up bumps, but when you have it, the tires loaded up and you're trying to make them work, there you see Ladisser slide way out into the runoff area in turn number 8, but Lambert now coming under pressure once again from Yannick Thibault in that pickup truck styled legend car. The number 73, the silver and yellow 73, chasing the 64 of Lambert, and now he's right there in turn number 1. Lambert feel the heat as they work through turn number 2. Not a tire track wrong through there for either one of those drivers. And that could have been a problem for the 73. Didn't get the exit off of turn 3 that he was looking for. Thibault was trying to diamond the corner, but the backhand snuck out on him. So you lose that drive, and he nearly opened himself up to a pass, but then Janot tried to make a move, and look at the run that Freddie Ladisser has on him. So Janot's going to dive it hard on the inside, outbrake the 52 of Ladisser, who comes through cleanly and gets a run down the outside towards turn number 8. Can he hold there through the kink in 7? Not quite. As the 73 gets in a little bit deep, smokes the left front tire, chasing your race leader, Jesse Lambert. Lambert, Thibault, Alexander Janot, who has now dropped back just a little bit in that battle with Frederick Ladisser. Maxime Prudhomme rounds out the top 5. Wauclair, Benoit Landry, Felix Antoine Como, and Maxime Pelletier. Pelletier actually just gets past the 62 of Como, and Dominic Thibault round out the top 10 as they run right now. Pretty spread out except for this group at the front of the field. Can tell you that Jacques Villeneuve in the 66 is currently up to 18th position. So Lambert, a little bit of breathing room now on second place. Thibault, Alexandre Janot has pieced together a couple good laps, and it doesn't take much to close that gap as he's able to do so now on the 73 of Yannick Thibault. Janot right there as he works over that bent back bumper of the 73 down the front straightaway. They're going to be side by side, but Thibault will have the preferred line into turn number 1. If Janot can hold out there, he'll have a good run for turn 2. He does not. He'll fall in single file as everybody chases the 64 of Jesse Lambert at Maxime Pelletier in the 66. Remember the issues he had off the initial start? He just turned the fastest lap of the race, so 1:18.4. And that is about a full second quicker than nearly everybody else other than Alexandre Janot. Look at this, battle for the lead now into turn 6. Hard under braking, the 73 at Thibault took a look. Lambert holds him off, doesn't even have to defend really, as Thibault thought better of it and ducked back into line. But here comes Alexandre Janot. Be about 5 laps to go, or 5 minutes to go when they cross the stripe this time by. Janot all over the back end, and around he goes. Was trying to pressure for second in the 73. That's a difficult place to be stopped because you're right in a blind corner in turn number 9. He hopes that nobody's coming as he grabs the gear and gets going. But Janot, who is having a solid run in third spot, now finds himself out of the fray. Look at this though. The 73 of Thibault pressuring Jesse Lambert. Here's another look at what happened to the 69 of Janot in turn number 9. Again, hard on the brakes, and that car just over rotates, and around he goes as the caution comes out. Heads up move by Frederick Ladisser, now finds himself in third spot. Janot gathered it back up, rejoins in 7th. Another attempt in turn number 6 for your second place driver, the 73 of Yannick Thibault. The 64 of Lambert not really looking in his mirrors at this point. He's just driving his own race and holding his line. A little wiggle out of the 64 into turn number 8. That was turn number 9. We might have problems. Look at that. The car is stepping out just a little bit. The 64 as Lambert starts to feel the pressure of the 73 Yannick Thibault through turn 11. 4 minutes remain. Now a check of the mirror by Jesse Lambert as they head down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Once again, Thibault was able to get close, but not close enough to make a move. Will turn 2 be the opportunity he has? Now into the draft down the back straightaway, looking to the outside. Trying to keep up that momentum, trying to keep up that speed. Possibly into the braking zone. Here comes the 73. A good breakaway. Down to the inside. He's not there. It looked like he might have been in a place that he could have tried to outbrake the 64. But Lambert holds him off. Now the 73 still there, as the 64 will come through and hold on to top spot in turn number 8 once again. Thibault at the front, looking to the inside now in turn number 1. He'd been trying on the outside lane, or at least to dime it off a little bit. Not going to work that time. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this 20-minute timed race for the modified legends. Alexander Janot just put in another quick time, a 1:18.1, as he still is in 7th position, so he's got quite a ways to go to catch back up to the 32 of Eric Boisclair. So close are the bumpers. And look, the 64 overcooks it, and around he goes. Your race leader, Jesse Lambert, in turn number 6. Was it a bump, or was it just an overshot for the 64 of Lambert? Yannick Thibault was so close to the back end of that 64, heading into that braking zone. We'll have another look. No, there was space. It wasn't a bump. It was just a wiggle and then a run out of room, as Lambert had to loop it to avoid making contact with the tire wall on the exit of turn number 6. But after dominating this run for nearly 19 minutes, a good look at Jacques Villeneuve as he continues out there in 18th position, battling with the 03 of Peter Robitaille. That is a battle for position on the track. Both drivers a lap down to your race leader. And here comes your leader. So the 73 now ahead of the 52 of Ladisseur. Lambert did get going. He's still in 3rd. Maxime Prudhomme in the 59 in 4th. Marc-Andre Picard in the 65. He started last on the field. He's up to 5th. And Maxime Pelletier in the 66X is holding down 6th. Alexandre Janot has fallen off the pace, and he's down in 8th spot, so something amiss on that car. Possibly another spin for driver who won race number 1, but out of the mix in this one. There he is, your leader now. And it's funny, as they come through, it looks like this will be checkered flag waves. The win will go to the 73 of Yannick Thibault, followed home by the 52 of Frederic Ladisseur, Jesse Lambert, Maxime Prudhomme, and Maxime Pelletier. I think there's a flag on our screen about the 65 without a transponder, so we don't know if the 65 is actually in that position of 5th at the line. We'll have to check with official timing and scoring at the end of this one, but we do know your top 3. Yannick Thibault, Frederic Ladisseur, and Jesse Lambert, who led for so many laps through this race. Unfortunate, went for that spin in turn number 2. Or turn number 6, I should say. Finding himself backwards after losing it under braking, but still manages to come home for a 3rd place finish. A lot of action on this one. Right off the hop, as the 66 Pelletier went around and then collected a couple of other cars, the 22 and the 03. It looks like it was all by himself too. Pelletier just overcooking it into turn number 1, and he needed that push to get going. That's why we had the full course caution. He eventually did get the push, not by a cleanup vehicle, but by the cleanup crew. Corner workers going out and giving him a bump start as he tagged back onto the tail of the field, and then it was all Jesse Lambert in the number 64, along with the 84 of Alexandre Gauthier. But that's where Gauthier's day really ended, was with that wiggle, and he caught the outside wall, damaging the right front corner. That handed the lead to Jesse Lambert, but did a good job for the most part, and then he had his own issues in turn number 6, and that ultimately cost him the race lead and the eventual race win with only a couple of laps left to go. The Orange Cone getting a good ride here today with the 49 team. That's Gabriel Janot. Alexandre Janot in the 69 tried as he may to catch your race leaders, and then he went for a loop in turn number 9, avoiding contact with the wall, which was good news. He refired, and that's the spin that changed hands for the lead as the 73 picked up the lead at that point, and Yannick Thibault wins the modified race and the final race of the day and the weekend. As you take a look at your top 10 finishers, Ladouceur, Lambert, Prudhomme, Picard, Pelletier, Boisclair, Landry, Janot, and Como. So Pelletier coming back for 6th place after having to restart at the back of the pack. So good run for that 66X. And if he stayed straight through the first turn, it would have been a much different story at the end of this one. But a big congratulations to your race winner, Yannick Thibault, and the rest of the podium finishers here, Frederic Ladouceur and Jesse Lambert, as they will come through and get their trophies at the podium ceremony here for the Modified Legends Tour, the final event of the weekend. Once again, I'm Dave Bradley. Thank you so much for joining us all weekend long, from early Friday through to late Sunday afternoon. We had some great racing action as part of the 52nd running of the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières. It really has been a pleasure joining you all weekend long here on motorsport.tv, the GP3R YouTube channel. Well, we brought you all the action from Formula 1600s, Nissan Sentra Cup Super Production Challenge Series, the Sports Car Championship Canada Series made a stop here at the GP3R for the first time ever. Of course, the NASCAR Pinty Series, and what a race that was. Be fun to watch that one back on TSN as well. So for Todd Lewis, who joined me at times, Joel Robinson did as well, helped me out, say my voice at times, but thanks very much for sticking with us and joining us for the entirety of the Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières. It was a lot of fun here in 2022. We hope to see you again in 2023. Once again, I'm Dave Bradley. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you next year.
Course légende modifiée. Pour honorer les 3 pilotes, j'invite de la compagnie Festi Drag Développement, M. Martin Danjou. En 3e position, Jesse Lambert. En 2e place, Frédéric Ladouceur. Et le gagnant, Yannick Thibault. Mesdames, Messieurs, ceci complète la cérémonie protocolaire de la course légende modifiée et ce conclut en même temps votre fin de semaine d'action au Grand Prix de Trois-Rivières. Merci de votre visite et à l'an prochain.
Hein?